Good afternoon, class. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be doing a flipped classroom lesson on greater than, less than, and equal to. I prepared a PowerPoint for you guys, which I'm going to pull up now. Okay, so we have greater than, less than, and equal to. But before we start, we're going to meet a friend of mine, Mr. Owl. And Mr. Owl is a very, very hungry alligator who likes to eat big numbers and big groups. Here we have Mr. Owl. He's not that scary, right? He's a cute little alligator, but he's got quite an appetite for very big numbers and really big groups. Okay, so we're going to go into the first symbol. And this symbol is the greater than symbol, and it's like Mr. Owl's mouth, and it also likes large groups and large numbers. So here we have burgers, and we have 4 burgers on one side, and the symbol in the middle is the greater than symbol, and the greater than symbol always points to the larger group. So 4 is larger than 2, so it points to 4 burgers, which is the group that Mr. Owl wants to eat. As you can see, he's already started eating those burgers. Okay, next we have less than. And here we have 3 candy apples and 4 tacos. So will he want 3 candy apples or 4 tacos? He's going to want the 4 tacos. And you see, it's a lot like the greater than symbol, but it goes in the opposite direction. Okay, and then we have the equal than symbol, which means both sides are exactly the same. So we have 2 carrots on one side and 2 carrots on the other side. They're both the same, so they get an equal symbol. Seems pretty simple, right? Okay, so now we have a few review questions here. So we have 5 and 7, and we know 7 is bigger than 5. So we give it the less than symbol because 5 is less than 7. And that's how you would read the equation. And here we have another one, 2 and 2. So 2 and 2 are exactly the same number, which means they get the equal sign. So 2 is equal to 2. Okay, and then for this problem, we have 10 and 2, and we know 10 is greater than 2. So you read it as 10 is greater than 2. So looking at 10 and 2, you have to think, which one would Mr. Owl want? Would he want 10 cupcakes or 2 cupcakes? He's going to want the 10 cupcakes. He always wants the bigger amount. Okay, so we're going to work on 3 more problems before we go, and I'm going to put them on the wall behind me. And if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to write them down, and we're going to go over them in class tomorrow. And we have a really fun activity, so make sure you guys are all there. Okay, for our first problem, we have the numbers 5 and 2. So we have to think, which would Mr. Owl want? Would he want 5 bananas or 2 bananas? He's going to want 5 bananas. So here we have Mr. Owl. Mr. Owl's going to want 5 bananas versus 2 bananas. So you read this as 5 is greater than 2. Okay, and then for this one, we have 3 and 3. 3 and 3 are exactly the same number. So we know that if they're the same number, then they get the equal sign. It means they're both exactly the same. So that's what the equal sign looks like there. Okay, we have one more problem. Here we have 4 and 7. So we know 7 is bigger than 4. So since this number is bigger than this number, we know we're going to use the less than symbol. So here we have our less than symbol, and we would read this as 4 is less than 7. Okay, and that's all my examples that I have for now. Tomorrow we'll continue on this lesson. We're gonna have some really fun activities. So if you do have any questions, make sure you have them prepared for tomorrow's class so that we can go over them as a group. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice night.